What's up, everybody? It's John with John Sports House Collectibles coming at you with a brand new video. How's everyone doing out there today in the YouTube universe? Got kind of like a follow-up video here on this just terrific, tragic scenario that happened earlier this week with the $350 million counterfeit sports memorabilia scheme that went on. It's been going on for years, and this individual took his life. That isn't any new information here. It's very sad, though. This whole thing is extremely sad. And I don't know, I didn't know this individual. I had no like business interactions with this individual, but I know that a lot of people in the hobby probably did. And what makes this just a sad and just tragic situation story is just how it ended. That an individual ended his life over this kind of thing. And we don't know the details. We're only, getting secondhand information, thirdhand information from websites and Facebook when I kind of cover this, or other content creators cover this kind of thing. So we don't know like who else is being affected by this, businesses that are being affected by this, family members that could be affected by this. I mean, this man ended his life. So you're not going to see any like nasty comments down in the comment section, because I had to delete a few of them on the last video. Just people saying just really cruel things. And, again, this guy did what he was doing. There were criminal actions. There's no question about that. But let's leave it there. Okay. Let's not get into personal attacks on someone that most people didn't even know this guy. I didn't know this guy. So there are a few new things here that came to light. This is from USA Today. This was from yesterday, July 18th. And so this is starting to hit like the national, I would call it print side of the news. Being that USA, I think they still come out with a printed version of the paper, but it's starting to hit the national print media and web media, and I think it's going to start hitting the like television side of this soon. I would not be shocked if this week we start seeing this story showing up on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, all those other outlets too, because they tend to be a little behind in the cycle with the online news announcements, and then the content creators or independent news, sources that come out with information like this. So they tend to be behind those entities. So anyway, let's keep reading here. Let's start this out. An Indiana man being investigated for selling counterfeit sports memorabilia was found dead by suicide at his home Wednesday, July 16th, when police conducted search warrants at the same residence. Brett Lemieux, a 45-year-old resident of Westfield, Indiana, was the founder of sports memorabilia site Mr. Man Cave, which claimed to have sold millions of counterfeit items with net profits exceeding $350 million. And had the largest framed jersey inventory on the web. Lemieux made claims in the now deleted Facebook post on the Autographs 101 group Wednesday, saying the money was too good to pass up and that he wanted to stop the fraud, which had been going on for the better part of 2 decades. My guess is that he, was caught. He was, obviously didn't want to go away for like the longest time, I would imagine, in this kind of scenario. Going to jail, that is, and he ended up taking his life. And there was probably a level of guilt, I would imagine, too. And then he probably wanted to, perhaps let some of this information out to have it hurt other individuals that may have been involved. So, not the greatest ending here. Like I said, continuing on here. The coroner's office in Hamilton County, Indiana, confirmed that Lemieux's body was found in the 300 block of Hoover Street in Westfield, about 20 miles north of Indianapolis, and that he died by suicide. His death took place hours after the Facebook post, and where law enforcement conducted search warrants Tuesday. So this is a new piece of information. They actually identified the individual, and they have to proceed. They have procedures that they have to go through before they do that. And that's we all knew, but you have to, when you hear it. Then released officially, then it's obviously we can move forward from that end of it. The FBI is assisting with the investigation, and Chris Bavender of Public Affairs with the FBI field office in Indianapolis. We are referring media to the Westfield Police Department as they are the lead agency. Bavender said. The Westfield Police Department did not immediately respond to requests by voicemail and email for additional information. Kayla Arnold, Director of Communications for the City of Westfield, said, as the investigation is still ongoing, we do not have additional details to release at this time. Lemieux's scheme involved the faking of holograms of several high-profile companies in the sports memorabilia space, including Fanatics, JSA, Panini, and TriStar. Lemieux allegedly sold the fake items below market price, therefore earning a profit. So he was getting these holograms apparently from overseas through some companies in China that was that he was involved with that were recreating these, and they looked so good that they were getting past, I think even PSA perhaps. I mean, and maybe other grading companies if there were some things that were being graded. So that's crazy. But let me continue reading on here. Lemieux said when the Los Angeles Lakers legend Kobe Bryant died in January 2020, Mr. Mancave released 80,000 fake items into the marketplace. He did not say how much he made off the scheme. Now, people have questioned this number of 80,000 fake Kobe Bryant items. I'm wondering if he meant to say 8,000 and just it might be a typo when he was typing up that Facebook post. I don't know. It seems very high. And I think we would have seen those, but they might not have necessarily been available on eBay. They could have been, at LCS's or sold at shows. And that, maybe that is the true number. But let's continue on here. This is new stuff coming up here. I don't believe this was in any of the other news releases earlier the week. Fanatics, a multi-billion-dollar company that sells sports memorabilia and collectibles, told The Athletic it became aware of Lemieux years ago and assisted in the ongoing investigation. Fanatics said it never bought or resold products from Lemieux or Mr. Mancave. Unfortunately, bad actors harm fans and collectors, and that is why 2 years ago we began implementing the newest, most secure hologram technology available. And we believe our new hologram has not been replicated since. Fanatics said in a statement provided to USA Today Sports. The best way for collectors to know that they are buying officially licensed 100% authenticated memorabilia is to buy from a reputable primary source. Of course. That makes sense. Fanatics said it never bought or resold products from Mr. Lemieux or Mr. Mancave. Steve Grad, a memorabilia expert, I believe he works for PSA, told WRTV, the ABC affiliate in Indianapolis, that Lemieux's schemes were common knowledge amongst those in the industry. People have known about this guy, Grad said. They've known his work. They know what he's been up to. He's been at it for years and years, and he's driven down the price of things. You look at a Tom Brady autograph, and Tom Brady's value is affected drastically by this individual. And continuing on here to end this article out. In 2013, the Indiana Attorney General's office, Indiana Attorney General's, office, filed a lawsuit against the Carmel Sports Memorabilia Company owned by Lemieux after customers complained that they never received items they paid for, according to Fox 59 in Indianapolis and other media outlets. I believe that's Operation Bullpen. And that's what they're referring to here. He was forced to pay restitution and reach a settlement of $8,550, which the Attorney General's office, according to Sports Collectors Daily and other media outlets. That could be Operation Bullpen. I'm not going to click through the link because it'll freeze up my computer, which sucks. But that seems like a very low number. I don't know if that's correct. But anyway, that's the one of the stories, and this has been hitting all over the place on Yahoo Sports, CBS News Sports, all over. I'm going to read a little bit from this other article here. I will say that my video is now showing up on the search for this, which is great. It's on the second page, which means it's starting to creep up there. That's a good thing. And this is the only other thing I wanted to read here. It's a really quick article. This is from WDRB. I think it's the Kentucky news station and local news station. But there's a video here. I'll put a link down below this if you want to watch it. But it shows the images of some of these items. Here's the kid's. Obviously, I'm guessing fake signature on his jersey there. And I'm going to say this. I have seen extremely similar items design-wise to these at one of my LCSs that I've actually covered here on the channel. Not Baseball Card Castle, not those guys. Not Baseball Card Exchanges, one in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. I have seen very similar items. Now, I don't know if they're from this individual but they look close. And if that's the case, they might be selling things they're not even aware of. That could be part of this. I don't know. I could be wrong. It just something clicked in my brain when I saw those images. Anyway, let me read this quick article here, then we'll wrap this one up. Police uncovered what could be the biggest counterfeit sports memorabilia scheme in history. That is, if what the suspect said before his death is found to be true. And then it says property connected to 45-year-old Brett Lemieux is raided Tuesday in Westfield, just north of Indianapolis, reported by Fox 59. A day later, Lemieux reportedly shot himself at the property police searched. At the next property police search, Lemieux allegedly admitted to selling millions of fake autographs from athletes on a Facebook post, but police haven't been able to verify. And then this is something just new here from an LCS in Indianapolis. Does it seem possible? No, in my opinion, Andy Albert, Indy Card Exchange owner, told Fox 59. But I know that he had a very active website. I know that he had been very involved in eBay for a long time. So if you look back on it and the history, yeah, it's possible. And then this is just the end of this article here. Experts say this case could be damaging to the industry as a whole as investigators work to track the circulation of money, items, and dealers who possibly resold counterfeit items unknowingly. Experts warn for collectors to take extra precaution when purchasing signed memorabilia, especially online. So that's stuff we already know, but I just wanted to add this last part in. So moving forward, this is going to have a major effect on things for people that purchase these kind of items or collect these kind of items. I would not be shocked if some of these items are going to be at the national, and maybe these LCSs aren't even aware of it, or these dealers aren't even aware of it per se. So I would be just proceed with caution is what I'm going to say, just like that this article said. So that's all I've got. A little bit of new information here. If anything else new comes out, I'm going to cover it, because these kind of stories are important and interesting and make for really good content for the channel. And that's all I'm going to end with today on this video here. So remember, if you're new to the channel here and you like this kind of content or the content that I have on the channel, please feel free to subscribe. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it here at the end. And then remember to like the video, and please comment down below and share this with everybody out there in the car community and the trading card world and collectibles world. And remember, the eBay store link is down below in the description. If you're interested in anything that I have for sale over there at the store, please go check it out. And that's all I've got for you guys today. Greatly appreciate you stopping by. This is John Sports Collectibles signing off, and I will see everybody very, very soon. Take care.